Good evening and welcome to the Instant Rewards Back Office Live training. Tonight I've had some questions over the past few days about calling your leads and marketing, and I'm just going to kind of cover some real quick basics on marketing on the internet, and then what to do when you actually get one of your leads on the phone. And Margot is on the call with us tonight in Parita. We've been on the phone, Parita and I. We work a lot on Skype during the week. And Margot and I have been on the phone several times from D.C. And so this is going to sound a lot, like familiar ground. And what I've done is I've come over here to the IMN website. We get back over to the main page. When you come to the imnmarketer.com, it's going to bring you over to this site right here. And the first thing I would suggest to everybody is download this quick start guide. It's a PDF. It's only 10 pages. A lot of the principles, even though it's written for the Instant Money Network, it's applicable in a lot of ways to the Instant Rewards Network, okay, because they're owned by the same people, and they both hook into the Instant Rewards offer sites, okay. It basically just gives a rundown of how to, get their steps completed over Instant Money Networks and Instant Rewards, how to do their offers, how to get their credit, how to log in to the back office and create their account. There's a little bit different link over at the Instant Rewards Network, admin/create, but it would be a different route on the TLD. TLD is top level domain, and of course your starter ID is going to be a little bit different here. So there's a real quick rundown to get people started in the Instant Money Network, but some of the principles are the same. When you get into this training site, imnmarketer.com, and I'm going to paste it over here in the chat box so that you guys will have a link to it. You can copy it and bookmark it. You're going to spend very little time on this first page, okay? And it's just a quick start guide. What I want to concentrate on tonight is this link drop down right here, follow up. The breakdown of the follow-up when it comes to calling your leads. We have phone scripts, templates, text scripts, sample autoresponses. Most of the autoresponders in your back office for any of these freebie networks where you have access to the funnel, like this one here for Instant Money Networks or Instant Rewards, you're going to have a set of autoresponses that are already plugged in, so you don't have to worry about that. If you do choose to go in and modify some of those files, you might want to take a look at some of these sample autoresponses, okay? They can convert a cold lead into a hot conversion if they're worded correctly and sent at the right time of the day. You can also do broadcast once a week on some of these systems. Not all of the systems allow you to do broadcast. A lot of these automatic autoresponses, you can use some of the wording for the Gmail canned responses that I've shown you in other webinars, okay? So you could say, welcome, Mike, you've made the greatest decision ever to reply to my my ad, thank you, blah, 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 whatever. And then give them the link to your website, to your lead capture page, whether it's the Instant Money Network or the Instant Rewards Network. Okay? You could get some ideas from this. When it comes down to the phone script, okay, you've got some steps that you need to take in following up with your leads. The first step is pick up the phone and call. Okay, if you don't get them on the first call, leave a message. If they don't call you back, try to call them after about 2 or 3 times. If I don't get through, then they're avoiding me. If they got me on caller ID, then I just blow them off and I go on to the next call. You will run into that. Okay, you're going to run into a large percentage of people that are just not interested in actually putting out a little effort to earn some money. If there's been times when, I was growing up, if somebody could show me how to earn $50 or $100 an hour, I think I would take 15 minutes to learn how to do it, okay, because this is really not all that hard. But here's a breakdown. 48% of the people that are in this business will probably never pick up the phone and follow up with a prospect. You might have their contact information. You might not. 25% of the people will make a second contact and stop. 12% of the people make more than 3 contacts. 2% of the conversions are made on the first contact. 3% are made on the second contact. 5% are made on the third contact. 10% conversions are made on the fourth contact. 80% of the conversions are made on the 5th through the 12th contact. Now, this is all based on scientific, study. These are averages. A lot of that can be accomplished with a good series of autoresponders, but frankly, people and their phone numbers, they add up. But, if you keep calling them back, if you've called them back for the 5th through the 12th time, they're going to see the persistence, okay? And this is what it takes. It doesn't take that long to pick up the phone, dial 7 digits or 10 digits, area code plus the phone number, and then, call through and say, hey, this is Ernest ODell. I was calling you again because you had made an application on such and such date, and I was just wondering if you were interested in getting started. We're still here. Give me a call and leave your number and hang up. A lot of times they'll listen to that, and they may just go back in. They may unsubscribe from your autoresponder. They may ask you to not call them back, and that's fine. Adios. Good luck in your, job search. Okay, that's one you can cross off the list. Most people, and by the way, let me reiterate. This is not cold calling. They left their name and their number and their email. So remind them of that you're not cold calling them, okay, that you're just following up on their interest. They showed the interest by filling out your application, so you're not cold calling them. They're more prone to talk to you. They're a warm lead, okay? Most people in sales, Frank Romboscus and some of the other people that are in sales will tell you the same thing. Even in cold sales, cold calling, sometimes it takes 5, 8, 12 calls before they, get through and actually get an appointment, much less a sale. Well, here, the opportunity itself pretty much sells itself. And they've already shown interest by filling out your application, answering your ad. If you wrote your ad in a very compelling manner and they answered it, they've shown enough interest. So the interest is on their part. You're not calling them cold. Another thing it does is it shows that you're organized, okay, and you're consistent. And this is one of the things that a friend of mine over in Atlanta, Dr. Riggs, pointed out, that you've got to be consistent, even if you don't do but 20 ads a day and 20 calls. If you get 5 leads a day, then, you should be calling them. If you can, call them that same day. If you get them on the phone, talk to them and ask them, is now a good time to talk? Introduce yourself and tell them who you are. My name's Ernest ODell, and I'm just calling you back because you left an application with us on our ad, and I was just wondering if now is a good time to talk. We do have some scripts for that. We have some PDF files, and I'm redoing one of the PDF files to kind of give everybody a breakdown on this for the Instant Rewards, Instant Money Network. You can pretty much put whatever name of the company you're promoting in there. Okay. Get them on the phone, talk to them, walk them through it, help them. If you need some help, get with your sponsor. If you don't have a sponsor, get your leads on these webinars, okay? So that after we do the basic presentation, they can do their question and answer, because it's like the other night, Charles, he got on here with us. He asked questions, and we have question and answer periods, and sometimes it takes us over an hour. But I'm going to try to keep this down to an hour. We got started at 7:29 Central, 8:29 Eastern. So we've got another 45 minutes that we can go on this webinar. The webinars, I usually try to start them up on time, but sometimes people have technological problems with staying in the webinar on their connection. Sometimes they just come in late. But if one person is here, I'm going to run this webinar, and we're going to try to teach as much as we can. On the follow-up, let's look at some of these phone script templates, okay? Excuse me. You're going to find that the driving force behind your business is follow up, follow up, follow up. If you just follow up with them once and you don't follow up with them after that, there's this old saying, out of sight, out of mind. They're going to forget about you. Yeah, they might come back 6 or 7 weeks later, 6 or 7 months later. They may come back a year later and say, I was in Instant Rewards last year, and I see y'all are still doing this, so maybe I need to take this serious. Yeah, well, you've been working it for a year. They've been out of it for a year, and now they're interested in come back. So maybe now that they'll buckle down, that they see you making money with it. Here, you've got some basic phone scripts on this website, imnmarketer.com, okay, in the follow-up section, phone script templates and text scripts. If you text somebody, you can text up to 140 characters. You might put out a short tweet to them or a text, send a text message back, to their phone number. If it's not a cell phone number, if it's a landline number, then of course it's going to bounce. But most of the time you're going to find these people are using cell phone numbers when they sign up. They're going to give you their cell number. Very few people now have landline numbers. I have 3, I think. Yeah, 2 that I use for voice and 1 for fax. But also have some cell phone numbers too. So you might pick up the phone and call them and say, hi, Joe. My name is Ernest, and I'm calling in regards to the ad you recently responded to online. I see that you're looking for a work-from-home position. Are you looking for full-time or part-time? Get them to talking. Get them to talking about yourself. We've been over this so many times until I'm blue in the face. This is why we have these webinars, and this is why we have this training site, so we don't have to go over it. Role play this out with somebody. You don't have to call them. Just, sit down across the table from them in the dining room. Sit one of the kids down in front of you and say, bring, bring, hello. Hi, Amber. This is your mom. How come you're not home from school? I had to put that in because, I know some of the people on this call. Or, hi, Shorty. How come you haven't, taken action on this? But, no, I just had to unmute Farida because I just love to hear her laugh, when I say something funny. But get them to talking about themselves. Are you looking for full-time or part-time? Oh, you're looking for part-time. You're working? Yeah, what do you do? Oh, I work down at Texas Tech, and I work in the sociology department. I'm a secretary for Professor Smith. But, I just need a couple of extra $100, $300, $400, $500 a month. It would be fine. Great. I can show you how to do that, okay? It's not hard. When can you start? All right? They will tell you, all right, I can start now. Great. We have a unique work-from-home position that's free to get started and provides ongoing support, online training materials, and ongoing support. Sounds repetitive here. Okay, so this, you might want to kind of re-script this. One quick question. In our ad that you viewed, do you recall seeing a link to our orientation video? Now, on this particular point, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't run my ads that way. I do not put a link in my ads. Most of you on this call, if you've been on this call before, you know how I do my ads. I don't care if it's on Craigslist, classifiedads.com, or one of the other many ad sites on this particular ad list, this directory. I get calls from Tulsa. I put ads in Tulsa. I have 4 different IDs that I work with in the Tulsa area, Oklahoma City, Las Vegas, Houston, Lubbock, El Paso. I work a lot in San Antonio. I work a lot of high unemployment cities, okay? My results are probably better in some other places outside of Tulsa and Oklahoma City, but I do get a few, not many. Most of mine do come out of Texas, Las Vegas, and West Coast, California. I get a few from the East Coast on my Facebook ads, but I try to follow the same the format. I post the ad on Craigslist. They answer the ad on Craigslist. It bangs back a canned response. If they have put their contact info in the first reply to the Craigslist ad, I pick up the phone and call them. And I ask them, did you just get an instant message? Sometimes they'll say, no, I haven't seen it. Well, check your spam bucket, because it was an instant message. If they don't find it, I say, I'll send it to you again. If you see them show up in your actual lead group, okay, like over here in your back office, then you will know that they got your canned response and they've clicked on the link in that canned response and ended up in your marketing system back here in the back office. Check them in the leads, okay? I've had a few today. Well, let's see. Yeah, I had 2 today. And I haven't even posted all day. I've been gone all day to family reunion. But sometimes they'll post their phone number, sometimes they won't, okay? There's no way that you can force these people to leave a phone number. But if they don't leave an email address in your lead capture form, then it'll just come up and bang them, and it'll bounce them and tell them they got to at least leave a name and email address, okay? If they come up here and, you know, just leave a name, say Ernest, and no phone number, and hit sign up, it says you got to enter a valid name, email, and phone number, okay? So let's say we put in let's say we put in a phone number and a name, or email and a name. Okay. It will take, you know, the entry of name and email without a phone number. And this is why you sometimes will see in your back office lead group there's no phone number in there. But they do have to at least leave a name and an email address for this to work. And I tell them in my Craigslist ads, get over to Craigslist. And let's get logged into Craigslist real quick. And I've got some that are ready for renewal, but let's say I got 10 ad reps needed immediately. And this is in the Lubbock marketing jobs. Okay, LBB is for Lubbock. TUL, I've got one on this account running in Tulsa because I'm on a Tulsa IP. Unless it just got flagged. I don't see it. There it is, Tulsa sales jobs. Okay, so it's still in there. But this ad it's worded, you know, kind of like an employment ad. Do you enjoy talking to people on the phone? Are you good at marketing, advertising, and PR? Do you have a computer? Blah blah blah. Or do you want to make more? Here I've got $750 to $1,500 per month, part-time. No experience necessary, will train. I tell them up front, respond with your name and phone number and expect a call from me. No resumes necessary. Some do, some don't. Okay? If they just reply to the ad, let me go over here to the live ad, okay? While I'm here, give this a reload, the best of. If they just reply up here and they say, tell me more, you know, they're kicking the tires. Okay. As long as they don't change the title of the ad, this thing will trigger a canned response. Then, it tells them, serious applicants, please reply to this ad and check your email for immediate confirmation. Some do, some don't. If they don't read this all the way through and they don't follow through, they don't follow instructions, if you get their name, because you do ask for it, maybe I should be a little bit more clear here. Maybe I should put this by itself and put an extra line break in between the ad and put it in caps. So if I'm getting a low response rate on this and they're not giving me their name and phone number, then I may want to go back and kind of put this in come in here and say put an extra line break in there. Caps. Respond with your name and phone number and expect a return call from me. Now what I'll do is I'll come up here and take this out and that's a line break. So copy, put this down here, and one more. I'll say no resumes necessary. Got that bolded, so what I may do is just go back here and take that bold off there and add it here. Now, might change the ad here and put in another line break. And say serious applicants, please reply to this ad and check your email for immediate confirmation. Okay. And go back down to here and take this out. You come down here. Now, what I've done is I've just kind of cobbled this up, and it'll take it about 15 minutes or so to re-index. I'm going to put line breaks in between this. Okay. I might want to change the bolding on this and just put it all in bold. That's bolded. So let's take a look at it. Say continue. Done with images. All right. Now, I can make this even bigger if I want to by putting some H1, H2, H3 tags on it, but I'm just going to leave it as is. This, should get a little bit better response. If they're not leaving their name and phone number, sometimes you have to just kind of bold things up and give it a little bit stronger call to action in all caps. And we'll go ahead and publish that for right now. And here it is live. And this is just a renewal. So if they reply to this, I would expect that they've read this. If they don't, then they're going to get an automatic triggered response. Back over here, if you follow this format, if you ask them if they recall seeing a link to your orientation video, then you wouldn't want to ask them that question if you didn't post the link in your ad. Now you notice over here I don't post any links in my ad. Okay, there's the old one, here's the new one. I didn't post any links. I've told them to reply with their name and phone number and expect a return call. I didn't ask for their email, just name and phone number. If they're serious, they'll leave their name and their phone number. Okay. Now let's go ahead and log out of Craigslist real quick. And come back here. Ask them if they have a PIN. Take down our website address. Give them your lead capture page link. Okay. If you didn't give it to them by email, you might ask them for their email and you'll send them the information. If you don't have a canned response set up where it automates some of this process for you, then you want to send them, the information by email. If they ask you, well, just tell me all about it. Tell them, watch the video and the orientation and the email link that I'm going to send you. It will explain everything that you need to know, how to get started. If they balk and they won't, accept that, then move on. Just wish them well in their job search and say, look, I know you're busy and I respect your time, but, I'm busy too. Okay? And I don't have time to, sit here and tell 20 people a day the same thing over and over and over. This is why I ask you to go and look at this link. If you can't go over and look at this link and watch this orientation video, then you and I just might not be a good fit. Okay? And sometimes you just have to do that. You have to tell them, okay, you and I just might not be a good fit, and move to the next call. Sometimes they'll buckle down and they'll hem-haw, and sometimes they'll do their work, going and watching the video. If they're not serious, then, you don't need to be dragging them through the puddle of success anyway. This is the essence of following up. Here's another phone script that you can use. You can kind of use these as guides. You don't have to follow them, verbatim. Here's one for voicemail. You can say, hi, my name is Margot. I'm from the Instant Rewards Network, and I'm calling for Ernest ODell. Say I've signed up on her site. I see that you're interested in working from home with our program. If you're still interested, please give me a call back during the hours of whatever your hours are. 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. My phone number is, whatever your phone number is, give it to them. Again, this is Ernest ODell calling from Instant Rewards Network or Instant Money Network or whoever you're working from. And my number is 555-555-5555, and thank you and have a wonderful day. Give that number to them 2 or 3 times. You might want to reword this script and say, once again, that's area code 555, blah, blah, blah. And remember that you're not cold calling these people. and tell them if you have to leave them a voicemail or if you're calling them directly. This is not a cold call. You're just following up from an application that they put in on the internet, so that they know that you're not cold calling them, that you're only replying to them. And then go from there. The importance of the follow-up, okay, there's a couple more links down here at the bottom of this site. You want to read these. The importance of the follow-up is very short and to the point. It's just a game of numbers, if you want to call it that. The texting follow-up method is a good way to get connected to someone, but follow-up is the key. Any questions? Margot, Michelle?
No.
Okay. Anybody want to do a little practice run? Boy, I tell you what, people get scared when you say, "Hey, do you want to role play? This is being recorded."
Yeah. I would like
Okay,
to add something.
go ahead.
What is the best unpaid site besides Craigslist? I see the ad posts, and I've done several of them. The back page. But do you have any particular one that has a greater Alexa code, Alexis,
The Alexa ranking.
the Alexa ranking?
They vary, but see, here's the thing about Alexa ranking. They might have a good Alexa ranking, but how many click-throughs and follow-throughs on those ads, are actually coming through? Alexa ranking doesn't have anything to do with the number of people that actually find your ad and answer it. Okay, I can get over here on ad post. I can get 50, 60,000, page views a day over to ad post, and some of those might end up on dmsgroup.adpost over here. But how many of them actually drill down to my ad? How many of them actually drill down particular, to my ad? It wouldn't matter if it had a really good Alexa rank or not. I don't see where Alexa has anything to do with people's responses. People being people, they might do a search online in just raw SEO and say customer service jobs in, let's say, Tulsa, Oklahoma, okay? Come up with a little over 7 million results. I can go to, the first one and see Xerox has some customer service positions, but I don't have my Alexa turned on here. Toolbars. I don't have Alexa on here, so I couldn't say. Let's say copy Alexa. And let's look at some analytics for that particular site. Okay. Alexa traffic rank is over 1 million. That's not good. Okay. But here's the thing. Anything under 100,000 on Alexa is supposed to be good. and they only have 3 sites linking in. So it doesn't have a whole lot of rank as far as Google goes or Alexa. But the Alexa rank, even though it's over 1 million, really wouldn't have any bearing, because here it was, we just did a search. We just did a raw search, a raw organic search for customer service jobs in Tulsa, and it came up first link. Why? Because Alexa had no effect on it. So, in some cases, yeah, Alexa rank is very important. But if you're getting people searching for customer service jobs, let's say customer service jobs in Washington, D.C. Here's Indeed.com or DC Jobs. 91 million results. Okay. So let's go over here and look at this first one. Over to Indeed.com. There's jobs in Terminix.com, over on Indeed, which is a good place to, but let's go back and take a look at this particular copy. And let's put in a new link. Here, this, 81,000, okay, which under 100,000 is good, but it really doesn't have that much effect on, whether people find it or not. If they come up here doing a raw search and you're ranking well in your ad, and believe it or not, Craigslist ads do rank fairly well on raw searches. If I was to go over to Lubbock Craigslist, and let's say sales. Here's one. Need 10 people. Inbound sales agents. That's one of my ads. Okay. Let's just grab the title there. Come back over here and plug that in, paste and search. Inbound sales agents. Scroll down, you might find Craigslist ad might be in there. It might not be. You find all kinds of jobs in there on inbound sales agent jobs, for Simply Hired, job.monster.com, inside inbound sales representatives jobs over at Indeed.com. So you're getting a raw search, and Alexa rank doesn't really matter, especially for some of these classified ad sites, like these little sites right here. Once you get the ads placed, it really doesn't matter if Ad Post or Backpage or even Craigslist, if they have a good Alexa or Google ranking. What does matter is that these ads that are placed on these sites get indexed, okay? And that's the important part. is a lot of these sites here, the top 25, and a lot of these sites down here, and the other 3,200 that I'm working on to clean up and plug in, they do get indexed. You'll find them that they'll get indexed into raw searches. Will they all be at the top on the first, second, or third page? No, not necessarily. It depends. You have to change your search parameters, okay? You have to tweak your search parameters. You might say sales and marketing jobs in, let's say, San Antonio, Texas, okay? And you'll see a different listing of results. Here's one on Craigslist. San Antonio sales jobs classifieds on Craigslist. San Antonio Craigslist. So, you know, here it pulls up a list of all kinds of sales jobs on Craigslist in San Antonio. But this is all raw search. Now, does it really matter if Craigslist has an Alexa ranking? No, not necessarily. Does it matter if you know, these other sites do they have a good Alexa ranking? No, because a lot of times most people don't even know about these. Very few people know to go directly to classifiedads.com, American Listed, El Clasificado, Penny Saver USA. Most people, if they're looking on jobs, where are they going to go to first? You see what I'm typing up there? They're going to go to Google. All right. They're going to go over here to Google, and they're going to type in their search parameters, sales and marketing jobs in San Antonio, Texas. And it's going to come up. All right. Most people are not going to go to these websites. They're not going to go to Quick Ads. They're not going to go to World List. Does this make your ad less effective? No. Why? Because places like Google, Bing, and Yahoo directories, and a lot of these other little old, there's thousands, literally hundreds of thousands of these little penny-ante search engines that get their feeds off of Google and Bing and Yahoo directories, and they scrape and aggregate this stuff. Well, guess what, folks? The job boards do too. They're going to find this information and scrape it off of these ad sites. Let's go over here to classifiedads.com, okay? All this stuff is searchable. If I was to come in here and look at the source, okay, on this, there's some things that I would look for as a programmer to tell me whether this is going to be searchable or not. I would look for robot text. Okay, it's not there. Look for do follow, okay, and here's no follow. Now, even the no follow sites get good search rank. I would look for certain, relative tags, okay. Here's relative no follow. These different categories here are set to no follow for a reason, and there's a whole science behind this. I'm not going to go into it right now, All I'm going to say is that this particular job, let's say, let's go into marketing jobs on this, and we're in Tulsa. Let's change our location, and we want to use United States, and let's say Utah and Salt Lake City. Or if you know the zip, use zip code, okay? Now we're looking at marketing jobs in Salt Lake City. Let's say we're planning on making a move to Salt Lake City, Utah. A lot of these jobs here, even though they're listed on classifiedads.com, you might find a lot of these same listings over at monster.com, okay? You might go into monster.com and say job title, sales representative, say sales representative, all right? Keyword, look at some of these keywords here on this first ad here. We might not find this ad here, but let's see if we can find some keywords here. There's an employer name, Wood Forest National Bank. Let's put this in and come back over here. Company name, let's put in company names, see if they have anything. Salt Lake City, Utah, here it is. Okay, and search and see if it pulls up anything. Okay, so it says, sorry, no sales representatives jobs were found to match your criteria. It didn't match my sales or my search criteria. So let's take the name of the company out, all right? And let's just look in Salt Lake City, no keywords, all right? Here's 139 sales representatives jobs in Salt Lake City. But this particular company, Wood Forest National Bank, doesn't have a listing over here. But yet, if you go over here and you look at some of these, like sales opportunity available at Winder Farm, sales representative Neopost, sales representative Company Confidential, you know, not all of these sites are going to have all paid ads in them. A lot of these big sites like Career Builder, Monster.com, and some of these other big job boards, they're going to aggregate. What they're going to do is they're going to go out on the internet and they're going to find these sites like classified ads. They're going to find like Craigslist. They're going to find ads that match their criteria on a number of these sites because they go out with their robots, and it's a programmatic algorithm that's used every day, several times a day, to keep their list fresh. There's no way possible that they could get all these people to list their ads. They do get enough to pay for premium ads. Can you post here? Yeah. You can come in here as an employer, post an ad here in the proper department, and pay for the ad, and just like the big boards, okay? You know, just like anybody else, as long as you meet their criteria and post it in the right category and spend the money. But as far as getting free stuff, this is tremendous. You can use a lot of these free sites that will get indexed into your Google search, and they'll also get aggregated into the big job boards like Monster. Okay, so does that help to answer your question, Michelle?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't leave any stones uncovered.
No, you covered them.
This, it looks complicated, but it's not. Let's see, I'm getting some echo. I guess I'm getting it off of Michelle's. Yeah. It looks complicated because in the world of algorithms and search results, yes, it is, I guess. You know, a lot of people don't understand indexing and aggregation. But search engines like Google, okay, will be most of your people's first step. They're going to go to google.com and they're going to do their search right here if they don't have the Google toolbar up here in their search bar. Me, I use this a lot, okay? I might say sales and business development jobs in the United States. Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty broad search. 433 million. I can change that from in United States to let's say Nevada. Now I'm down to 10 million. Okay. So I just lost 423 million results. But I'm narrowing down my search. I might say Las Vegas and narrow it down even more. Okay, there's 9 million. So it dropped, you know, a million más o menos when I started dropping down. Okay, so if you're going on a broad search like nationwide, you're going to get a lot of results, and then you start narrowing it down to state and then city level. You're going to see these results right here. You're going to see these, you know, whittle down as you change your search parameters from United States to a state or then to a city. Okay. Well, this is where most people are going to start their search. And the only thing that's going to get you towards the top of that rank, I know a lot of people would like to say, you know, I'd love to see my my rank up here on the first page. Well, there's a way to do that. Okay, let me show you. Let's just type in my name. Okay, Ernest ODell. That's me. Facebook. Okay. And I think, now that's one of my fan pages. Okay. Was I logged in? I guess. Let me go ahead and log out. But yeah, that's me. All right. Let's close that off. Go back. All right, there's the fan page. Here's my main wall. Okay. And if I wanted to communicate with Ernest ODell, I would have to either sign up, get a Facebook account, or log in if I already have one. Okay. I'm also on LinkedIn and SEO web design because my name is over here as the contact right here. Okay, so the content is in there. But here's the key to this. 2.920 million results, and not all these people are me. Clearly there's some other people named Ernest ODell that are either dead, or they're totally different people, or they're in prison, and I can assure you that none of these guys here are me. As a matter of fact, this right here, the U.S. Home Workforce Back Office Live Training thumbnail, I did a little video here a while back. This is me here on Guerrilla Market. What it takes is consistency. I did not do this overnight. It took me several weeks of constant posting and getting my message out with my name on these various articles to get it out there. Can you do the same thing with your freebies and instant rewards? Yeah. Some of these sites you don't want to do that on, like Craigslist. You don't want to use your instantrewardsnetwork.com, and you don't want to use the instantmarketing.com or the instantmoneynetwork.com because they've got them flagged. But can you get certain terms up there in these ads? Yeah, they're free. Use them. If you want to get a ranked ad, one of these featured ads in a particular city, or advertise in all 439 cities, then pay a $5 ad to run for 30 days. Here you can say post in all cities. You can do an ad that's posted for $3. You can get it highlighted and featured in red for another $2. But that's pretty cheap. $3 is anywhere from 10 to 16 cents a day. Okay. Now, these ads, let's say job, full-time, post an ad. You don't necessarily have to have an account, but it does help if you get one. Once you post an ad, you can get this posted in 439 cities, for example, for $3 in 30 days. You can pay for it with a credit, debit card, PayPal. You want to put a featured ad in all cities, another $2, okay? Here's an example of a featured ad, all right? These are sponsored ads, okay, up at the top. Featured ads have that little featured mark on them, and each one is a little different. But, it's right there, so when somebody goes to quick ad and they look in business opportunities or jobs, they're going to see your ad if it's featured. Okay, they're going to see your ad first. If you post a free ad, then what's going to happen is it's going to get pushed down in that category where it will no longer be featured, but it'll get pushed down in the feed further down, further down, further down. Here, the featured ads always stay on top. So, these people here that have paid $5 for a 30-day ad, and it would also help to put in maybe a little graphic on that ad. It stays on the top of the feed. People will find it. So That doesn't necessarily have anything to do with Alexa, but Google will sometimes come over here and pick up these ads and in the results. Some of the job boards will come out and aggregate these ads and make them fit the job board site. But the key to it is constantly posting. I can go through this whole list right here in about 2 hours and, do that standing on my head. This ad list, ad directory, it doesn't have but maybe 100 listings of free ad sites. And a lot of these ad sites, they do have upgrade packages. So I would say post all you can free, and then when you get a little money coming in and you want to try some of these little upgrade ads, try them out. It'll just bring in a little bit more money because they'll be featured and they'll get indexed and aggregated a lot faster than some of the free ads without the upgrades. Any questions?
No.
All right. Well, we've been an hour and 15 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down and let it go to render. And we'll see you guys Wednesday on the Instant Rewards Wednesday night training. I'll be leaving Tulsa Tuesday morning. I'll be driving back all day, and I'll be back Wednesday. Tuesday is my day off, so I'm going to drive back on Tuesday. And Monday night we'll be having the U.S. Home Workforce back office live training on a different channel. So, see you Monday. I'll be off Tuesday, and then I'll see you again on Wednesday.
Thank you, Ernest.
Thank you, and good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.